Could you buy the company and not bring the algorithm? Would that just mean you're not really getting TikTok?
Yeah, the algorithm is the secret sauce, basically. TikTok is, like any platform, a big bundle of code. It's the videos that people watch, it's the user accounts and all of their histories and likes and comments, but the algorithm that shows people the videos in line, that's the thing that people say is the distinguishing factor that has made TikTok so special. That algorithm was developed by ByteDance, TikTok's owner, which is based in China. And that algorithm is something that China has said they don't want to sell. So if you are to sell TikTok without the backbone that makes it special, is it really going to be the same app? It might be the same videos and the same branding, but are you going to be seeing the videos you really want to be seeing? Is it going to lose that spark? And yet that's kind of what's being considered at this point. Imagine how complicated it is to sell a house. Now think about selling, a company that is worth $100 billion or more, that has thousands of employees and a dozen offices around the world, that has not just the algorithm, but all sorts of pieces of code that handle ads and video streaming and coins and all the things that make it tick and that are imperceptible to the typical user. All of this is under pressure and under the gun. They have a ticking clock to run this kind of deal. When we've seen big media and technology deals in the past, they never happen within a year. And here you add that we have two governments basically sniping at each other on top of all of this. So the idea to sell it without the algorithm, that has been floated out there, but it would add even more complications to this already very, like you said, hairy transaction.
So let's talk about the First Amendment issues that are raised here. I mean, if TikTok is not sold to an American buyer within a year, according to this law, the U.S. government could try to ban its use in the United States, which is going to be difficult. We should note that some state governments and some government agencies have prohibited the use of TikTok on government phones. So there have been some efforts like that. That's different from prohibiting users generally, right?
Yeah, it is different. In the same way that city could say, we don't want you to have Facebook or Candy Crush on your phone because of cybersecurity issues, they can say TikTok can't be on there. But when it comes to the general public and, just Americans in general, it does become a speech issue because as we know, the First Amendment says the government can't pass a law restricting speech. TikTok is a speech platform that people use to share their lives, to consume content about the books they read and the news they want to learn about. And, when I bring up this First Amendment argument, sometimes people laugh because we think about the First Amendment as being about books and radio shows and newspapers, not social media apps that, have dancing and silly challenges and that kind of thing. And yet for an entire generation of people in this country, this is the platform where they learn about the world. And so this First Amendment issue has been a big one that TikTok has raised, and that, when this issue has been raised in court, the judges have pointed to. They feel like this is a clear stance where, they would not tolerate the government banning a newspaper or a book. Why would they tolerate shutting down a speech platform used by 170 million Americans?